Hi students, this is the second day of distributive property. So you're going to be simplifying algebraic expression using distributive property and combining like terms. Let's get started. So you did distributive property before break and your assignment yesterday. So just to hash distributive property a little bit, go back to it. So distributive property is when you have a number or a variable on the outside, because this is multiplying over here, a times b plus c. You're just multiplying to a to both or two or more terms inside of the parentheses. And you could also have a subtraction symbol. Okay? So what makes these problems a little bit more different than the ones that you had before, if you notice, is there's more stuff going on here. So because in order of operations, you have GEMDAS, right? Because distributive property is multiplying, it's multiplying. This supersedes addition or subtraction, which is occurring at the end of this. So the first thing you have to actually do is use the distributive property to multiply the 5 into the x and the 4. You don't do it to the 3x and 3. That stays at the end. So now you're going to have 5 times x, which is 5x. And you can write out this step too if you want. 5x, 5 times positive 4 is 20. And now you can just bring down these additional terms here. Plus 3x plus 3. That does not get distributed to because it's not inside of the parentheses. It's not being multiplied to the 5. You just rewrite them. Now it's about combining your like terms. So what are your like terms here? You have the two x terms, which are here. That'll end up giving 5x plus 3x is 8x. And then you have your two constants, your positive 20 and your positive 3, which will give you 23. So your final answer is 8x plus 23. Let's do another problem. So once again, you do the distributive part first. So you're distributing that 2 to the x and to the positive 3. So 2 times x is 2x. 2 times positive 3 is positive 6. And now you're going to, just like before, you're going to bring down this. Do not forget that negative sign there. So it's going to be negative x minus 4. And if you need to, write a 1 here. Never hurts to write it. That way you know. And now you're combining the like terms. So you have a x term here and an x term there. 2x minus 1x is an x or 1x. And your positive 6 and your minus 4. So 6 minus 4 is positive 2. And that's your final answer. This one and this one. All right. So now you see things are it's rearranged a little bit differently. As always, you're going order of operations, you're doing multiplying first. And because, once again, distributive property is multiplying, you're going to multiply that 2 to the 3x and then negative 1y. So you're going to do 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times negative 1y, let me rewrite that one. Negative 1y is negative 2y. And just because this is in front of it, all you're going to do is rewrite it. You're just bringing it down. It doesn't even matter if you rewrite it at the end. That's not the issue. The sign of this stays the same. This is a positive, so that's also positive. So you're going to have 9x plus 3y. Okay. If this was a negative, maybe that's different, but maybe just keep it in order just to make it easier to do it. Just rewrite it. You're just retyping it in front. And now you're looking for your like terms. You have your two x terms here. So 9x plus 6x is 3x. Your two y terms is 3y minus 2y is 1y or y. And that is your final answer. Now there's a lot more going on in this problem. So I'm actually going to start rewriting first. You got to rewrite this part of it, and you got to rewrite this part of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 5 plus 2y. Leave some space here. Plus, and you guys can type it as you go along, plus 1x minus 3. And now your distributive property comes from here, 4 times y and 4 times positive 2x. So 4 times y is a positive 4y. 4 times 2x is positive 8x. And now it's combining like terms. So let's look for our x terms first. You have an 8x and a 1x. And I'm just going alphabetically variable with the constant at the end. You don't have to do that, but that's just the way I'm going to keep it with standard form. So 8 plus 1 is 9x. You have the y terms. 2y plus 4y is 6y. And you have the constants. 5 minus 3, okay, is positive 2. And now that is your final answer. 9x plus 6y plus 2. And you can, again, have these in any order. Your final answer could be 2 plus 9x plus 6y. As long as each term, each variable term, whatever term it is, each like term is simplified to 9x, 6y, and positive 2, you're good. And now these are your U-try problems. And then you have a Desmos to do. So maybe practice these problems and pause the video and then check to see if you get the same answer as me. All right, welcome back. So let's do these problems. So you're recopying the 2x, and you're going to distribute that 3. So 3 to the x and 3 to the negative 5. Don't ever forget that negative. So positive 3x, 3 times x is positive 3x. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Now it's combining your like terms. You got a 2x and a 3x, which will give you a 5x. And that constant is by itself. So you're just going to bring down that negative 15. And that is your final answer. In this problem, you'll see that you have 2 parentheses and you have 2 distribution stuff going. That's completely fine, and it occurs. So you're just going to distribute that 2x, 2 to both of these. So that ends up being 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 6 is positive 12. And now I can distribute that positive 3 to both of these. So 3 times x is positive 3x. And 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And once again, we're at that combining like terms part, simplifying. So combine, identify your, there's x's here, so identify your x terms, and 2x plus 3x is 5x. And 12 minus 15, and that's okay if you didn't know it, but I'll just tell you the answer here. It's going to be negative 3. This is a Math 7 thing, integer operations. So it's okay if you didn't know. These are negative, so if you put chips over here in a row, and there's 15 red chips and 12 blue chips for the 12, there's going to be 3 more red chips left over. You can think of it that way. And your last thing is this Desmos. Thanks for joining me.